Guys, gals, my name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review. It is roughly midnight. I'm here at Lone Wolf Mountain, and it is time for test night. That's right. What I have here is the Klymit Maxfield 2-person tent. There's rain coming in later on. It is time to see how well this tent performs in heavy rain, and also when it comes to ventilation. That is one of my big questions for this tent. In all truth, I have no doubts that this is fully waterproof, but what about the ventilation? Tonight, we are going to find out. With that being said, let's throw down the ground sheet and get to it. When it comes to a test night episode, there are three main areas that we are focusing on. First, you have setup. How difficult or how easy is it to set it up in the dark? Next, waterproofness. How waterproof is the tent? Are there any issues with leaking? Third is all about condensation, ventilation, and moisture control. Additionally, I will comment on the tent and any other areas of importance that I notice. The clouds are rolling in and the owls are hooting. It's a good night. It's also fairly chilly. Right now it's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. By morning, it will be a little bit colder than that. Now, when it comes to the setup process of the Maxfield 2 tent, this is a process that does take some time. I've done this many times before. You can pretty much say that I'm an expert at setting this up. It takes time. There's no doubt about this. This is not the tent that you want if you have to set this thing up in a hurry, because there are simply too many steps. You have to put down the body. You have to stake it out. You have to do the pole, connect it all the way around, connect the body, put on the fly, connect it, stake it out. This is not a freestanding tent. It has to be staked out. And to get the best pitch, you really have to pull this thing tight, and that means the stakes have to be firmly anchored into the ground. Here is a little bit of a tip for you all. If the ground is really hard, maybe it's frozen, you could take a tent stake and use that to push down the other tent stake. That way, you don't have to use your hands. If you push down on it with your foot, with your shoe, one day you will be sorry. I'm smelling a skunk sprayed in the woods or something. It's kind of funny. Kind of smells good, kind of smells bad. With that there, all of the vents are opened up. 1, 2, 3. As you all can see here, there is a ton of space inside of this tent. I'm sitting up. My head is far from the ceiling. I have tons of room to do anything that I want to. For the space factor alone, I really like this tent. I mean, in many ways, this is very impressive. The design is something new. It's something fresh. It's spacious, it's very lightweight, and already I have a good idea of just how waterproof this is. I have been testing this tent out, and you all will see by morning how well it performs. Because I go camping so much, I spend so much time in the outdoors, I like watching movies when I come out. It's not something that I get to do at home because I work so much. I have a full-time job, plus the Outdoor Gear Review. I have a lot of energy, let me tell you that much. I like watching crappy movies. I have a couple on my phone, so I'm going to kick back, await the rain, await the wind. I will see you all in the morning. Guys, gals, good night. Alright guys, as an update, 2 o'clock in the morning, rain has come in. It's coming down pretty good. The tent is all zipped up now. Let's see how she does. Good morning, everyone. Test night is done with the Klymit Maxfield 2. So what are my observations? When it comes to being waterproof, this tent is waterproof. It took a hell of a beating last night. It has been pouring big time all night long. When it comes to ventilation, I'm very, very impressed. I'm not really sure why this tent does so well with condensation, ventilation, and whatnot, but it does. I mean, the walls, they're not even wet. They're not moist at all. The fly goes all the way down to the ground so water can't come in, but yet the ventilation is off the hook. Klymit has done a fantastic job with the design of this tent. All in all, this has been a fantastic test night. Now, there are a few issues with this tent. They're very minor. For one thing, it is almost impossible to fully zip up the door. I can almost get it, but not quite. I would really have to crawl out of the tent and get down real low to do it. I think there's a lot of people who will have issues with that door and zipping it up. Next up, the tie-off points all the way around this tent, they are extremely poor. The cordage is too thick and the knots are not really tied tight enough, so they come loose. I have had to basically retie every single one all the way around this tent over the last couple of months of testing it out. My advice would be to either retie them yourself and do it real tight, or replace the cord altogether. That would be very easy to do. You can also drop just a little bit of weight on this tent if you want to. I love how much space this tent offers one person and also two persons. I will talk more about this in the review. Make sure to pay attention to the channel because that video will be coming up soon. Alright, for test night, that's it. It was a good night. I'm impressed, incredibly impressed with how well this tent performs, and I have been since I got it. Everyone take care, strength and honor, have a good one.